Well, morning, guys. It's 9:22 in the morning. It's the 9th of March, 2021, and it's Tuesday, spring break. Thank God. Okay, let's see. COVID, politics, Pierce Morgan. What? Well, a while ago we had the Oprah interview being blasted like crazy beforehand, trying to entice people to watch Harry and Meghan to go one-on-one with Miss Oprah Winfrey, America's queen. Well, I call her a queen. Because she's America's queen. I got respect for her. She's earned it. A great deal. So, watching this unfold, I didn't see the interview. It's 2 hours long, and a lot of people watched the interview because they're interested in what they had to say. And I know they had a lot to say. And they said a great deal concerning about the royal palace, royalty, everything else connected to it, and other things. Excuse me. Yes, this one screwed up American is doing that on there. Deal with it. Well, what I can't stand at this point over here is we're still talking about it. It's like the number one thing besides talking about coronavirus we needed something to talk about at this point over here. They had legitimate concerns concerning about why they left and the reasons why it stayed away and separated. Okay, fine. Great Britain, on the other hand, has people who are having conniption fits. Some of them actually admire, and then the other portions want to basically Shanghai the both of them, put them on a vessel somewhere, and probably torpedo the damn thing. I'm saying this facetiously, but it's probably the attitude in the first place. Especially one particular news personality that Great Britain had transferred over to America gave us his best on CNN, and then came back over to Great Britain after having misdealings and misgivings and good Lord knows what. And he's ranting and raving about how dare you thrash royalty and the Queen like that. When a person's threatened, there's a difference, their culture and our culture. We can, and we have done thrashing. We're allowed to say it. We have to say it. Not because we're trashy people. I already know we are trashy people. We're independent people. But we're also so full of vim and vinegar and then everything else nasty. But when it comes down for criticizing our politicians, if we actually had politicians acting inappropriately, we go after the jugular veins. England, it is not that way. It is not that custom. Of course, they can go after other things, but the one thing that they don't do is go after the royalty, because this is tradition going centuries or a millennium or two. American history doesn't cover as much. They don't cover as much English history that gave them what was going on. And you would have to go to university level to understand the complexities of how Europe, especially England, had a great effect upon America. And the earlier residents who lived here, when it got very nasty surprises, shall I say. They tried to be friendly, and they got screwed over. when you have a news personality going ape over what someone had felt they needed to share, said, you can't do that, you can't do this, you're doing this to the Queen, how dare you? And then when somebody is called on it and the personality goes wiggy, yeah, I did say wiggy, deal with that one. I don't know who's the more childish at this point over here. I mean, you're supposed to be a mature adult at this point over here, being able to handle things, but the most painful thing that a news personality can go through is to see his ultimate worship being attacked left and right. They don't love the Queen, they worship the Queen. And she has been around for a long time and has gotten a lot of respect from the Americans. But apparently, you can't say anything bad about the Queen because it's sacrilegious. It's like saying something against God. Only because you understand that God has a way of getting back at you through karma. Does that count also for the people we've put on pedestals so damn high in our lifetimes? Even us mortals can screw everyone else one way or another without even realizing it. They can make mistakes because they're human. And because they're human, and they follow human instincts, and they follow their own human behaviors and set patterns, sometimes those patterns hurt without even realizing it. And especially when we're talking about racism at this point over here, when you have a different colored child coming into birth, other than the set pattern that they had for generations. Like, how dare you bring that into us? We do it all the time over here. We pay no attention about it, but even though we do have some people who are racist and want to keep things pure, I would keep asking them, define purity. Because it's all in their damn heads. We have never been a pure culture at this point. We have never been a pure human race. We've had so many different genetic markers going on inside our own systems over here. We don't even know what the quote-unquote pure is supposed to be. Pure is an abstract form that is undefinable. That's 100%. 100% of what? Basically. Attitude? Color? Speech patterns? Lifestyles? What? So when you have someone stifled to the point where they're getting blasted left and right because they are not quote-unquote pure and going to be bringing into the world another unpure person of a sort. And then lambasted like crazy. They don't even get the support necessary to back them off. That's really sucks. And then to have the stigma attached of saying that you can't say this, otherwise we're going to blackball you. And we're going to keep blackballing. There's never enough apology. You cannot do this to this person. They are the ultimate. And you know what I can say to that? To the Queen Mom of England, I bear no disrespect to you or to your consort. But to everybody else who keeps holding an absolute faith and brainwashed attitude, she and Harry came over to the United States to Meghan Markle to stay and breathe, even giving up their citizenship, but not their hard-hearted patriotism to their country or to the family. But they could not stand the politics. They could not stand the constrictive politics and the viewpoints as if they were not pure enough for the ideology. And they reacted like any other hive mind would. The detractors reacted the same way as if their hive was under attack and their beloved Queen Bee was threatened. Who is the Queen Bee? Great Britain? Or was it the actual Queen Mom herself? I hadn't listened to the entire thing. I wish I had. I've been only catching little portions of it every so often. What I've been gathering, and I should be watching the whole damn thing just to get a good perspective on it, is in the United States, as citizens, we have the right to criticize, to critique our rulers, our elected officials. They didn't do the will of the people at this point over here. Even though we have two-chamber Congress to debate what should be done and what's good for the country. We have an executive branch as an executive force to carry that out, not to mention a Supreme Court to interpret the laws that are comparable or in conflict with the United States Constitution. We have the right to criticize. Not anybody else is going to be open season at this point over here. And that includes dealing with the flack that just happened. They should have expected this when they started doing this interview, but they wanted to get the message out, and they were willing to deal with the naysayers at this point over here, and the backturning. Some people call them brave, other people call them stupid. I'd say, welcome to the party, pal. This is how it is in America. We have other people turning it back on you. We have other people thanking you like crazy. And other people shaking their heads saying, what the hell is going on? Well, I've been trying to stay away from the damn politics, and I'm trying to stay away from the damn controversies at this point over here. But after hearing a certain British personality wigging off and walking off the damn set, and probably out of the damn studio so he can yell and scream his bloody head off, I gotta laugh at the schmuck. And you notice I didn't talk about this person's name either. Even though he's being torn apart by our own local media out here. He's made into a joke. I thought this guy was legitimate, but he likes jokes. He likes tough guys, apparently. The schmuck we got rid of in our last election, he loved. So no wonder I don't like bullies, because bullies are idiots. They think they know better. They think they're better than everybody else. They got the biggest damn ego. That just begs to be popped right in front of people like a bloody damn pus. Just pop them in the head and it's. But that's speaking as a figure of speech. But their egos remind me of a big pus ball that needs to be popped and gotten rid of. I am not saying that there has to be physical violence regarding a situation. Hell no. He's entitled to his own opinion. He is entitled to his own opinion of what is supposed to be. But convincing and telling people what he thinks the world should be like, that's up to the world to decide whether or not they actually want to follow a fool, an idiot, or not. Now, me, when I make my own damn videos over here, I put disclaimers in there, a lot of them, saying, look, I'm not an expert in anything, okay? I'm not an expert in anything. I don't have any letters in front of me that says, I'm a doctor, I'm an MA, I'm a BA, I'm a, what the hell am I these days? I don't know. But I am an observer of a lot of things. I've observed a lot of things in my lifetime. It's only my own opinion. My own opinion. I don't court followers. I don't court cult gatherings. I don't court large groups of people that said, yes, we will follow this guy. I'm like, then you guys are bigger fools and idiots than I thought I was. I'm not looking for a big cult following at this point over here, a nice big huge family that says we're going to follow this guy over the cliffs. No, that's up to you if you want to follow me over the damn cliff. Just if I'm going over the damn cliff, I better make sure I know why I'm going over that damn cliff, and not being pushed around by someone else's viewpoints or anything else. If I'm going off alone. I'm not taking anybody with me. So I go down, I go down. I don't want anybody else to go down for me. I don't want martyrs. I don't want mourners. I want people to acknowledge that, yes, I lived, I existed, and then that's it. If my words of wisdom or insanity out there manage to motivate people into changing behaviors, that's on them. And I hope that their behaviors will be, well, for the better, I hope. But then again, define better these days. Because we're still trying to define that in ourselves all the time. What's better? Was it the right thing for the royal couple to do against the treatment, or for them, the mistreatment in England? And that's on them. That's in their interpretation at this point over here. They felt like they had to say it. So the interviews were arranged. And while they're doing the response right now, as it is, I'll probably catch it and put it on another video, because right now they're doing the breaking news regarding it on the local media, so I'll just wait for them to break it, talk about it, and then I'll go in and see what the hell's going on. And I'm not rushing off. Things happen at a breakneck speed, and other things happen at a slower speed. I'm taking my time. I'm not issuing any apologies either for what the hell I've said. Probably get sued for it. Sue me, I'm penniless anyway, so what else do you want from me? My blood? You want my life? You ain't getting my soul. God's got that one, not you. My reputation sucks anyway. I ain't got no reputation. So, what can you do? You can make threats, don't work. The only thing I can say at this point to a lot of people right now, I don't want any harm happening because of things happening these days. Words have a way of inflicting damage to a lot of people's psyche, but they also have a way of motivating people to do the wrong damn thing or the right thing, depending if they're open and willing enough to do so, and if the person saying it is understanding the consequences and everything else that goes along with it. We individuals are responsible for our own actions, our thoughts, our feelings, our attitudes. Nobody else put a gun to our heads and say you have to think and feel this way. We have our individual rights and choices to be that way. By custom, by whatever we have controlling us, we still have to give over the individual right to do so. Unless, of course, you're going to be absolutely stunned and dazzled and razzmatazz and convinced to thinking that this person is the ultimate that you have to keep worshiping. Of course, if they happen to say something about religion at this point over here, it's a different story altogether. If they happen to say something about, but what if Christ comes down? Well, he's welcome to come to the door. I got a pot of coffee I can fix him. I haven't got much for sweet stuff for him to munch on. Coffee. Coffee and conversation. I can fix Tang. I can fix Gatorade. I just have to present and just be what I am, which is one screwed up and full an idiot. I'm a human being with my own damn thoughts and ideas and ideologies right now. I am not trying to run the world. The world's already screwed up right now as it is. My own world, I'm still living in it. So, In conclusion, boys and girls, we are subject to our laws of our lands. We are subject to our customs of our land. But it's depending upon each one of you of how you're going to be reacting to any and everything like this. Are you going to be standing up to bullies, or are you just going to be letting them walk all over your ass? I question. I'm not saying you should do this and you should do that. No, I am questioning you. I'm questioning. You have to ask yourself. Because I'm not looking for anybody to follow me at this point over here. I'm lucky enough I had one listener and one follower watching all this damn shit. All these videos I've been doing these days for the past couple of years have been trying to keep me from going insane these days. And the reasons why I've been doing these things, I've been posting it left and right. And if anybody's been watching and understanding what the hell's going on, they'll see what kind of a nut job I really am and what I have been undergoing, what I should have been doing, what I should not have been doing. I react. I also act. I talk about school. I talk about life. I talk about politics. I talk about things that are affecting me today. Something that may happen or may not happen. But that's just me. And me alone. Of course, some people say, well, why are you doing this? I mean, if not to gather attention. Well, it's good to have a hobby. If you can talk to another person like this and get a response out and let them know what the hell's going on, that's a good thing right there. Keeping it all to yourself, well, that's not a good thing either. I mean, I know diaries are out there. I keep a lot of them myself. You'd be surprised what you can do with a voice recorder. Instead of writing the damn shit down, you can put your own voice in there. That's if you can still have the power to speak vocally. You know, they're coming through the pipes over here, vibrating at certain frequencies, your tongue moving in a certain direction, the mouth moving in different areas where sounds are coming out. And then you have to articulate the language inside your head to make sure that the muscle contractions are going precisely the way they should in order to vocalize what you're trying to do. Communicate. That sounds a bit nerdy, doesn't it? But anyway, I will speak at the image on the screen later on.